The Nord Stream 2 gas project has run into another delay in its effort to get started. It comes after Germany's energy regulator temporarily suspended the approval process for the politically sensitive pipeline on Tuesday. The watchdog said the consortium behind Nord Stream needed to form a German subsidiary company under local law to gain an operating license. It would have to meet these preconditions for the assessment to continue. The pipeline would bring Russian gas into Europe. That has drawn strong criticism from the United States and some European states. They argue it could make Europe too reliant on Russian supplies. But other European governments say the link is vital to secure energy, especially with gas prices rising and the threat of power outages looming. Nord Stream 2 said it had been notified by the regulator of its decision, but was in no position yet to comment on its details. The Kremlin was not immediately available for comment. European gas prices leapt 9% on news of the hold-up.
Qualcomm has been synonymous with chips for mobile phones, but it's quickly moving into the fast lane with its automotive chips. The world's biggest supplier of semiconductors for cell phones said Tuesday it will supply BMW with chips for the German automaker's next-generation driver assistance and self-driving systems. Qualcomm's computer vision processing chip will analyze data from cameras in BMW's vehicles, and another set of chips will help cars communicate with cloud computing data centers. Automotive chips are a key growth area for Qualcomm. More than a third of Qualcomm's chip sales now come from sources other than handsets. It currently supplies companies like GM with chips for infotainment systems instrument panels.
There is a string of upbeat retail news just days ahead of the unofficial start of the key holiday shopping season. Government retail sales figures for the month of October released on Tuesday came in with a better-than-expected jump of 1.7%. Even when adjusted for inflation, the sales numbers look good, as Americans likely started gift buying earlier this year. Auto sales, which have been hampered by lack of supply due to a global chip shortage, rose for the first time in 6 months. Walmart kept the good news flowing. The king of retail beat sales and profit forecasts, and it raised its full-year outlook. Key sales at U.S. locations jumped more than 9% in the third quarter. The retailer has circumvented the shipping delays impacting other retail and consumer-related companies by chartering its own vessels to make sure it can meet the expected demand for toys and apparel during the crucial holiday shopping season. Walmart is also seeing a pickup in foot traffic as inflation-battered consumers seek out the deep discounter in order to make their dollars stretch. Home Depot is also out with solid quarterly results. The home improvement retailer easily exceeded quarterly sales forecasts, buoyed by a strong housing market. Just like Walmart, Home Depot is chartering its own cargo ship to make sure its shelves are fully stocked. Even with that extra cost, a 20% surge in net profits still came in ahead of forecasts.
The S&P 500 rose but ended just shy of a record-closing high Tuesday. A rosy report on consumer spending and Home Depot's strong earnings put investors in a cheerful mood about the upcoming holiday season. They went shopping for cyclical stocks like Lowe's and Ulta Beauty. The Dow edged up nearly 0.2%, while the S&P added 0.4%, and the Nasdaq gained 0.75%. But Vespula Capital CEO Jeff Tomasulo questions whether Wall Street can extend the upswing much further.
It is a strong time of year to buy stocks. And I think the combination of the economic, the good news and the economic part of it, and that seasonality, and that we just had a little bit of a sell-off, people were coming in and looking to buy some stock today. And now the question is, can it hold up?
Home Depot was the Dow's biggest gainer, closing at a record high. The home improvement chain's quarterly sales topped estimates by nearly $2 billion. Walmart raised its annual sales and profit forecast, but shares of the big box retailer fell as supply chain woes dented its margins. One bit of uncertainty weighing on the markets will soon be lifted. President Joe Biden said he'll make a final decision in about 4 days on whom he'll name to chair the Federal Reserve. He's said to be weighing whether to keep Jerome Powell or promote Fed Governor Lael Brainerd to the post.
Tesla investors finally got some relief Tuesday after a punishing few days wiped out roughly $190 billion in market value. Shares in the leading electric car maker rose despite word that CEO Elon Musk is offloading even more of his stake in the company. The world's richest person disclosed that he sold another $930 million worth of Tesla stock, bringing the price tag on his numerous sales over the past week to $7.8 billion. Those sales fulfill almost half of his pledge on Twitter to sell 10% of his stake in Tesla. The rebound in the stock comes amid a renewed love affair on Wall Street with just about anything connected to EVs. Rivian Automotive, which did an IPO last week, has now doubled in market value. Boasting a market cap in the $150 billion range, the money-losing automaker is now the world's third most valuable car maker, topping Volkswagen, General Motors, and Ford, only bested by Toyota and Tesla, of course. Another newcomer to the plug-and-drive market, Lucid, surged nearly 20% in late Tuesday trading. It said reservations for its cars rose to 13,000 in the third quarter and expressed confidence that it will produce 20,000 of its upcoming Lucid Air sedans next year. It, too, has yet to turn a profit. Even still, investors are betting electric vehicles are no longer a niche and want to get in on the action. Shares of Tesla, with a market cap north of $1 trillion, are up roughly 50% year to date, making the electric auto company worth more than all of the next 7 global automakers combined.